The Generic Geriatric Cyclist 2022. Today's episode, Sweet Spot Part Trois, Sweet Spot Racing. Hello, and welcome to today's episode. I'm the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Can't you tell? At the risk of sounding like I'm obsessing over sweet spot training, which I am, I'm doing a third episode today. This is Sweet Spot Part Trois, Racing into Sweet Spot. I've been trying, without success until recently, to do 6 5-minute intervals at Sweet Spot for a total of 30 minutes. In my last episode, Sweet Spot Training Part 2, I finally broke the code and was able to do a half hour of Sweet Spot. Today I tried something different. I entered a Zwift race with the idea of doing 30 minutes straight at Sweet Spot. So how did it go? Well, a simple answer, better than I expected, but not necessarily as well as I'd hoped. Please note that I didn't make a jackrabbit start as is usual in Zwift races. I was trying to remain in Sweet Spot despite the indignity of having more than 50 riders pass me in the first few minutes. First, the bad news. Without erg mode to fall back on, I was all over the place. I couldn't hold steady power and ranged from tempo to threshold and above and below. But then again, I expected this to happen. So now the good news. I expected not to be able to hold Sweet Spot for 30 straight minutes, especially since until recently, I couldn't do it for more than a few 5-minute intervals with 3 minutes of rest in between. But somehow I did it. So, to what do I attribute my unfounded degree of confidence today? I don't think of myself as a competitive person, and people usually portray me as being somewhat laid back. But put me in front of a video screen, give me a little avatar on a bike, and race me against other little avatars on little bicycles, and suddenly I become Eddie Merckx. Well, maybe not quite like the Cannibal, one of the toughest riders in cycling history, but somebody who was able to activate competitive juices when called upon to do so. They say that nothing focuses the mind like the prospect of hanging, but chasing computer-animated drawings of cyclists comes in at a close second. I even got the experience of riding in a group like a real racer. I didn't hang with them for an especially long time, but at least I was with them for a while. I want to especially thank the cyclist with the cartoon alter ego of C. Chaz, with whom I played leapfrog for a good 20 minutes. I'm sure he didn't intend it, but he helped me stay close to my target power for an extended period of time. Ride on, C. Chaz. I planned to stop after 30 minutes, but in consideration of the times my varying power fell below Sweet Spot, I added another 5 minutes to the ride. Then I dropped out of the event and did some recovery and endurance-paced miles. I'm still not 100% sure that today's ride was the equivalent to 30 minutes of Sweet Spot training. I'm suspicious because it felt less challenging than being a lone rider holding more consistent power numbers while watching the clock. But I also think that time flies when you're having fun, and racing on Zwift is surely fun. I'd appreciate your opinions on this, so please comment below. Is it really hard training if you're enjoying it? Well, that's it for now. So long. Thanks for watching. And I hope you come back soon. And I promise there won't be any more episodes about Sweet Spot training.